What would you like to do? And what have the dice decreed that you are able to do?
It's a defense spell. Once
Okay.
this actually gets up and we're gonna do chaos blessing on
And that 20, you or your nearest ally with the fewest hit points can heal with a recovery. Would you like it to be you or Stas?
stars, I believe.
All right, Stas, you can immediately heal with a recovery.
Sweet.
All right, anything else, Luthram?
That is it.
All right, next up is the Knoll Savage here, who is going to turn and try to take out Riley before Riley can take him out. He's going to take a swing with that spear, misses, and Riley just gets a big grin on his face because now he gets to do a thing.
It's our turn, bitch.
Riley just says, "All right, let's see how you take this." Deadly thrust. Of course.
Whoa.
Of course.
Yeah, we're not doing great. Or at least I've missed twice, and I'm gonna do real well if I can hit.
Against staggered enemies, he's got expanded critical range. Deadly thrust deals extra damage against staggered enemies. He's really excited to deal a lot of damage to a staggered enemy. No, natural one. There you go. That's that. That's his turn. Okay. This guy is attacking Stas, as he has been all the time, but gonna miss. I assume Stas is 12 miss you? Oh, hey, no, it hits.
Nope.
Stas.
Nope.
It misses?
It hits.
It hits. Spellcasters. He's a deadhead. Stas, you're up.
Yeah, let's... Fuck it. Lightning.
All right, you launch a lightning fork. Would you like to re-roll one of your lightning fork attack rolls
To
see if you get the even
I thought I...
or not?
No, I got the even, I think.
Oh
no, that's the attack.
Each time you make a natural even attack roll, the attack, I guess it says it's a 6. It's surprising it didn't light that up. Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah, that'll change. So the first one it does hit, deals that's going to kill this guy. He drops dead, and then it arcs to the other one, and make a second attack roll then. Yeah, 16 damage to that guy, and that will stagger him, and it will arc to nowhere because that's the last enemy. So it just blasts between the two of them. The one who was standing would take the opportunity attack at you and miss, as you electrocute one. And now it's for the Knoll Ranger. Seeing, yeah, go ahead.
I get to roll a free recovery because of regeneration, no?
Yes, you do. Yeah, roll recovery for regenerate, so you get a little bit more hit points as your allies continue to pump you full of health. This Knoll Ranger is going to rush up at Thorald and take a swing with a hand axe. He drops his bow and is going to start hacking away. 20 I think will hit, but the 14 I think will miss. So it's a total of six damage to you, Thorald, as he hacks into you. What was his roll? It was a 14, so he does not get to use Hates Everyone. Which, Knolls hate everyone, apparently. Araza, there's one person left, and they are staggered, bloodied, battered. He looks like he's going to start taking off running. Do you want to encourage him to run, or do you want to just knock him out?
I'd rather encourage him to run.
I think probably the easiest way to encourage someone who's already terrified to run is to have a psychotic badger nipping at their heels the entire way.
That'll do it.
So, unless you've got a different way you want to do it, I'd say Graveling just starts just basically hurting this guy, biting at ankles as he starts rushing his way out of there. And that does resolve that situation over there. Thorald, over in the Knoll fight, we still have that going down.
Yep,
Your turn.
double melee attack.
Okay, dual melee and even hit.
Yeah.
It's an even hit, so yeah, roll again.
Yay. Yeah, 2 hits.
Thorold, here's a question.
Yes.
Why is your damage only adding 1 instead of adding your dexterity modifier?
I think because for melee attacks, unlike 5e, strength is always used for the damage mod, even if dexterity is being used for the to hit mod.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can verify those things at some point, but yeah. Okay, good to know. Yes, that will hit. Deals 2 damage, and then the second one is also a hit, so another 4, so 6 points of damage into that ranger. All right. Okay, yeah. Okay, that is that. Next up is Kitty.
So I'm going to oh man, it won't be this turn, but I'll be able to do it soon. Can I make it up to here with Thorold?
Yeah, you can get up there.
Hell yeah, get in there! And I'm gonna attack the one that is already hurt.
Okay, yeah. Thorold just was able to hit him.
There's a 19 hit.
19 hits, yeah. And
Finally!
deals 12 points of damage. Yeah, he's staggered now as that hits.
I get to add I'm at 2d4 right now for the my building frenzy.
Okay, yeah, so add 2d4. Because you have definitely missed some hits. Another 6 points of damage. Okay, yeah, that Null Rangers is taking a lot of hits now. Next up, the human thug situation has been resolved. And then you see the leader, who was blasted and killed by a chaos bolt from Lithrum,
Oh, son of a bitch.
rises. You're up, Lithrum.
So let's try the magic again.
Yeah, that'll hit. So 10 force damage. Roll your hearts. Is odd. So 7 ongoing damage. And so he takes 7, and he's got ongoing damage now. Null Savage is going to attack and try to take out Riley. That will hit. Riley is now going to use his evasive to force a reroll because he's
Yeah.
So that evasive treat of the halflings, he manages to just narrowly avoid a brutal attack, and then he will retaliate. Once again, they're going to try a deadly thrust. 17 versus armor class is going to hit. Fortunately, it's not going to do as much damage as he would like, as he also rolled a natural 1 on the damage die. And he doesn't have an ally there to give him sneak attack. So...
I didn't know he was using me, but I couldn't risk being there. I would have died.
Yeah, he deals a little damage. And he gets his momentum back. So there we go. Stas, you're up.
Oh, that's not good. Alrighty. Well, let's try to Chaos Bolt, I guess. Oh, for fuck's
18's gonna hit. And so it does some random energy damage. And,
let me roll that.
You also gain a chaotic... Yeah, alright, so it's thunder damage. You also gain a chaotic benefit, whatever number 6 is.
6.
As he does take 5 points of damage there.
He gets another 1 point of damage.
Oh, right, let's make that another 1 point of damage. This one was up close and personal with you, so it is going to scratch you a little bit. 15. Yeah. 8 points of damage to you. You are not vulnerable to the ghoul's attacks, though. All right, the ranger is attacking Thorold with its hand axes. 12 and an 18, so the second one hits, the first one misses. That'll be 6 damage, Thorold.
Yep.
Next up is Araza.
Did we decide that we have, like, lint stuff?
Yeah, you did.
Alright. I guess I'll try to light them on fire.
The corpse.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not difficult. So you're gonna light the other one on fire so that that one doesn't rise too.
Yep.
Makes sense. So some flames start burning over top of the other thug who was killed, the one who was killed by the lightning. So as you light the flames on that one, you still have a quick action if you want to use it, but I'm not sure if you do. And then Graveling can still go and can bite a ghoul if you'd like.
I don't think I have. Has Graveling gotten hit?
No, not yet.
Alright, well then I don't have a quick action. I can use it.
Okay. All right. So then Graveling's attack.
Go forth, Graveling.
Hey, that's a good hit. The 1s and 2s are gone. Graveling deals 7 points of damage there, and that will stagger the ghoul. Next up is Thorold.
Okay, double melee attack.
That is a critical hit.
Yay!
And will trigger a second attack, as it is also an even. Second attack.
Oh no.
Will.
Oh,
Oh.
power just went out.
Oh no.
I will roll it for him in that case, I guess. He gets to re-roll on a natural 2.
Hey.
The dual wielding feature. It's a 22, that'll hit. So that's another 4 points of damage. And that will take down that one. Alright, so Thorold finishes that guy off. Next up is Kitty. There remains just the one melee gnoll. The savage.
Yep. I am going to rage. Aha! Yes! 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 Aha!
It's just like,
Wait, plus
Riley,
2d4.
stop!
Plus those. Aha!
Yeah, it's clearly enough.
I
as
don't
your,
think those things. That was a range.
Your thrown axe just slams straight into the forehead of the Null Savage
Riley,
and drops him.
Hit that up for me, won't you? And light that body on fire.
Right. Oof. Maybe. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think we all need a.
Yeah. All right. So that the Null situation has been dealt with. Lithram, there's just a ghoul left for you to handle.
Force.
Force Tentacle, 12 versus physical. Make it 16, physical defense of 11. Yeah, that'll hit. So 14 force damage. It had 16 health, so it's not quite enough. As it is, it's still up. But it gets whacked by your Force Tentacle.
I've returned.
Wonderful. You killed the ranger.
Yay! The
I'm
battle
plotting.
literally as I rolled.
Oh man.
Cool, crit, and then 18 crit, and it was like, and all of a sudden it just like kicked out.
Yeah, the next one you rolled a natural 2, so you got to re-roll, and then you hit on the second attack and finished it. Stas, you're up.
Alrighty. I will, I guess, stop trying to get hit and just take a swing with my sword. Oh,
That'll
that'll
do it. Actually, that will finish off the ghoul, and you take it out before it can do any further damage.
Oh, and I'll take a free recovery.
Yeah, definitely. As you recover a little bit, and that concludes both battles.
Does it say I'm still in Foundry?
It says that you are, yes.
Can you kick me? Is there a way for you to kick me out because I'm actually not in Foundry and I don't know how to?
Yeah, I can kick you.
Yeah.
You've been kicked.
Okay, good.
So yeah, try it again now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As the battle concludes, Riley is quickly lighting a flame the Knoll bodies and gesturing for let's get on the horses, let's get out of here in case there are more, and start heading as quickly as you can to the orc camp. anything else that either Thorold or Kitty would like to do before moving on?
Other than just like do a quick collection of arrows, hop on the horse. Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
A
Go ahead.
small voice in the back of your head says, "Commit arson to the bodies."
Yeah.
I think we already did that.
Yeah, they're,
So I
they're
told
already in the process. Yeah, Kitty directed Riley to do that, so yeah, they are. They
I do
are
wanna
aflame.
Can we check out these remains that were left behind, see if there's anything harvestable, like maybe from this animal or weapons on these dead bodies?
Yeah, you do a quick scan over them. Not a whole lot worth taking. One of them had a little bit of dry bread that is still all right, so you can add a piece of bread. And between the two of them, you're able to scrounge, I'd say 9 coppers. Not a ton, but it's something.
You want to take 5 of those, Thorold? You know, I already made a little money this morning.
Well, sorry, we got 9, correct?
Yeah,
There's 3
take
of
5.
us. Well, there's 3 of
Yeah,
us.
take-
Riley's
crap. Yeah, Riley
Yeah,
gets
that's
money.
right.
Okay.
And yeah, as you start heading and making your way, I'll say that you can.
Out of game, he is an NPC. In game, he would be.
Yeah,
would
He would be entitled to his 3 coppers.
would.
It's not a
That's right.
ton, but he got the shit kicked out of him. As you are making your way and traveling, you can roll recoveries as per a regular rest. But you do that on horseback. So Riley's gonna definitely spend some of his remaining recoveries to get less beaten up. At least one more. Yeah, that'll be good. Riley's good there. Kitty and Thorold, roll whatever recoveries you would like to do to heal yourself up. On the other side of things, back in town, Araza, Lithram, and Stas, you have dealt with the looters and potential burners of things and resolve that situation. But you are a bit beaten up. What do you do? What do you say to each other? And where do you go from here?
Well, this is not ideal.
Maybe next time we don't flex our deputizing in front of the angry mob.
I mean, I would rather have them come after, us than poor innocents over in the other part of town. Just my own personal opinion on that, though.
Yeah, probably not.
What were we doing?
Your plan had been to head to the home in Mother's Milk where the letter had come from. Do you still wish to do that, or is there a different task you would like to do instead?
No, that sounds good. I just forgot what we were doing before this.
The interruption.
It was a rather disruptive one. All right, so yeah, beaten and battered a little bit. You can take a moment to recuperate if you would like to spend some. If you'd like to spend some recoveries, also.
I definitely would.
Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, you take a second to catch a breather and to recover. As likewise, Thorold and Kitty were doing the same. Let's also have each of you roll a. Each of you, with the exception of each of you. Yeah, all right. Lithram, Stas, Thorold, and Kitty. Roll me a hard save.
I will try.
Oh,
Kitty succeeds. Stas fails. Lithram fails. Stas, in your platinum, it says, I think it says 20 for you. Change that for me to 14. Lithram, change it to 18. Thorold, you succeed.
Yay.
All right. Taking a moment to recover, you make your way on to Ovitakuna's house. So we'll jump there for...
Are we aware of deleterious nature of this? Can we feel it happening, or we're not aware that it's happening?
At this moment, you're not aware of it.
So there would be no way for us to be like, hey, maybe we should go seek out someone who might be able to help us fix this situation.
At this moment, correct.
Okay.
Making your way further into this Mother's Milk district, the house is a nice one. It has a relatively lovely garden out front. As Stas, Lithram, and Araza, you make your way there. Whoops, that's a second Araza. I don't need a second Araza. I need a first Stas. The house is nicer than most of the others that you have seen. It's nice even by the standards of this Mother's Milk district, which is the nice part of town. Making your way around, you see it's but a single story, but well furbished. It has some stone pillars and knock on the door, or not.
Just before we do, the one that came to as a zombie got hit by a chaos bolt.
Yeah, that was what finished him off.
All right, but then the other humans that were defeated with magic, they didn't pop back up.
Well, the only other one who was killed by magic was killed by the lightning, and he was lit on fire during the battle by Araza, so he never had the opportunity to pop back up. You don't know if he would have or not.
Alrighty, I'm just spitballing. Yeah, I guess we should probably knock.
Okay, you knock. After a few moments, the door is opened, and an older gentleman in a nice white shirt comes up and says, "Hello there, and how can I help you? Actually, I think maybe you should leave. I know the constable. I can call him if I need to. He's clearly reacting to the blood all over your clothing."
Oh, yes, sorry. There was a bit of a dust-up with some local toughs.
I'm aware of that, and I don't want any trouble, all right?
Of course not.
Go ahead.
We're deputized by the constable. And we have...
Make a charisma check there. Stas, you can use clan speaker on this one. This is trying to calm him down. Do you have paperwork by chance? You do. You got.
Yeah,
he did.
yeah.
He gave you
Okay,
something.
I'll fill that out.
And he takes a careful look at it and says, "How can I help the constable's office?"
Well, this is a bit awkward. Are you the owner of this, owner of the house?
I am the caretaker of this house. I watch over it when the mistress is not here. Yes.
What is your, if you don't mind, what is your mistress's name, and where might we be able to locate her?
She is home now. You are in luck. She recently returned to the city. Most of the time she stays in the capital, of course, but she, a couple of days ago, returned to here. I decided to stay for the season in Garachen. So she's in, yes. I don't think she would like to speak to, if you'll pardon me, people in such a... well, it's simply not suitable for... You would track blood into the house.
Yes.
This is this is a nice place. My lady, she has delicate sensibilities. Clean yourselves up and maybe come back.
Well, this is... Again, I apologize in advance, but she is a suspect in the events that have been recently taking place in and about the city.
As you say that, you hear another voice from behind him that just says, "Bedger, is someone hassling you? glances back. Miss Eni, it's all right. I'm sending them on their way. And then you see sliding up into the room behind him an individual you have seen before, with her imperial blades, the two of them strapped to her back. And as she slides behind, she just says, "I think you should listen to the man. Make your leave, and there doesn't need to be any trouble."
Well, hardly be it from us to want to start trouble. I'm sure you gave your warm regards to Charlie the other evening.
Are you trying to read an expression as you say that or anything?
Yes. I'll just see if that sparks anything.
I'll give you a wisdom check to try and do that. Likewise for Araza or Lithram, if either of you are trying to read anything in her expression as Stas says that.
Could I potentially use Clan Speaker as trying to, cause people to stumble when you bluff?
Sure, I'll let you do that. She's a pretty cool customer, but there is kind of a momentary pause as you say that, and her eyes narrow a little bit, and she just says, "I'm sure I don't know what you mean, but I've heard the name. If I were you, I would hope that a similar thing didn't befall you."
I don't know as it's the wisest thing to threaten constabulary, but...
Oh, I meant no threat, of course. Close the door, bedroom. Are you sure the mistress wouldn't want to speak? She just says, "Close the door." "Yes, Miss Eni." He gives a little shrug and says, I'm sorry. Maybe come back later when you are a bit, cleaned up. I don't mean to. And then she just steps beside him and pushes the door closed in your face.
Well, that was interesting.
Well, I don't think we can get anywhere further with her today, so we might as well head back towards the Donetsky district and continue our investigations there. We'll have to let the constable know.
Okay, as our city party gets stonewalled and decides to spend some of the rest of their time for today trying to help resolve things in Donetsky, heading in that direction, let's jump over as we reach the orc camp. Deluxe, Rabas, Riley, and Kitty and Thorold, having made your way past. As you arrive here, you see before you. I'll drop in our tokens for our other party members, just even though they're not here, so they can see the scene. As you arrive here, you see it takes you till late in the evening. You had to go pretty long. So we're at slightly different times for our two party members, our two parties. So compared to the people in town, Kitty, Thorold, you are in the past a little bit. You're the previous night, but late in the night, and because travel time, you'll end up catching up in time on the way back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you rode all the previous day, late into the night, had a little scuff at sunset, and now as you reach here, illuminated by the campfires of the orcs, I had a number of them come up to see you, and as they start to accost you, a familiar muscle-bound face notices, and it comes over and says, "They're fine. They're fine. This is the green blood cat and her compatriots."
Riley's upside down.
They kind of look between you and Riley just starts pointing at Kitty, like, not me. And as you do, Potluck comes up and says, "So, Cat, your honor continues to show. So, you're here to talk things over, then? You're here on behalf of the town, I assume."
Yeah, we're here to negotiate the rest of that food. The people of the town are starving, and we don't think things are going too well. So we want to make sure that, we can feed everybody, myself
As
included.
Kitty is talking about those things, Thorold, go ahead and do a scout check.
Yep.
Yeah, wisdom scout. See what you see.
Not my best.
Yeah,
roll.
you look around. You do see the caravan. It looks as though they've taken some of it, but most of it is still intact there. Nothing else of particular note. One thing you do spy is amongst them, in addition to Potluck, one that you recognize, you do also see there's an orc who has a sort of reddish tint to his skin and small nubbins of horns. It seems that there is one demon spawn orc amongst the group who's seems a bit of an outcast from the others, but is there also. Potluck then just says, "All right then. Well, first, you are guests in our camp. First we eat and share our stories. Tales of the road, tales of our lives, tales of adventure and blood. Then we will talk business."
I could do with a little food. I support this idea. Let's go eat.
Right, you are provided with a meal by Errol Dybbuk and his clan. As you talk with the different orcs and have a chance to mingle about them.
Probably doing
we
a lot
have
of
Thorold
switching
and-
back and forth between not common, but whatever, the Dragon Empire and Orcish and
Yeah, Thorold using some of the some Orcish to chum up with people, and Kitty likewise. Then switching back to Imperial so that Kitty can understand things like that. Let me have each of you roll a charisma check. Just see how your mingling goes and see if you can gather any information.
Can I add negotiate my negotiator thing?
Yeah,
or
I'll let
would
you add
that-
negotiator.
Yep.
Kitty, you're just busy partying.
Not my best.
Yeah, not your best, Thorold. There's not much that you can gather of interest in terms of the overarching situation, things like that. It's mostly small talk. But there is one bit of news that even
Talk
without
about
roll you can't avoid. Yeah, Kitty, you talk about weapons a lot. But one bit of news that you can't avoid hearing, Thorold, as you're talking with some of these orcs and swapping of stories and things like that. One thing you hear is that it seems that in the morning, the Orc Lord is coming himself to this camp, checking on things or responding to whatever it is that's been happening here. And there's a genuine sense among the orcs here that some of them are excited, some are nervous. And so if you want to follow up on that feeling or on anything else, you certainly can.
And do we get a feeling for who's nervous? Like, are these important people nervous and Potluck, or are like these little tiny guys nervous?
It's a mix. It's a total mix as to who's nervous and who's not. It's just comes down to the individual nature of the person. But you could certainly try to find one of the nervous people and follow up with them, see if or ask one of the people you know, like, what their thoughts are on it.
Yeah, I'll ask Potluck.
Yeah, you head over to Potluck and
Hey, why are so many
God.
people so skittish over there? What's going on?
Roll a d6, Kitty.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hopefully
Kitty,
that's cool.
on your icon relationships,
Yeah.
you can add a complicated relationship to the orcs due to your interactions with them. And we just did that roll, and you rolled an unambiguous advantage, so Potluck is going to spill a little bit about that, as he just says, the whole food thing, taking from the Imperials and from your town. just between us, Orclord didn't approve that. Errol wanted to impress him, decided to, take initiative. We find out the Orclord is coming here personally tomorrow morning. So, some people think he's going to be happy about it. Others are a bit nervous that he's not so pleased that old Errol did this.
Not pleased he stole from us, or not pleased we're about to buy it back?
Either, both. People are uncertain,
Gotcha. Well,
Nobody wants to be on the bad side of Orcrana.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but people in town definitely are starving to death because of this action. So, I mean, I guess if I knew about the thievery, I might be nervous like some of these guys.
Well, we'll see come dawn. And I guess that leads in directly into some negotiation as the feasting and whatnot settles down. Thorold, is there any things that you want to bring up with anyone or try to get information on?
I'll try and get some information on this Orclord.
Yeah, so you talk amongst various individuals. Ultimately, Garathul over here, you sit down to talk with him. He's a bit of an outcast, and you yourself have been an outcast at times from your own people. So as you sit down to talk with him, he says, "So, you left the clans then?"
I did.
Yeah, I'll be leaving myself soon too, I think. Not necessarily forever, but as a place, a town, north of Achaidh, north of the Imperial Castle, where other folks like myself, the Diabolus, has been gathering them up. People like myself, demon spawn, we can gather there. Figured I might check it out.
I think I may be mistaken, but I believe I've met one of your kind, and she acquits herself quite well.
Huh. That's surprising. There's not too many of us. You're a bit of a unicorn there, having met too.
I'll consider myself fortunate then.
Yeah. Well. So here's a question. What made you leave? Well, you know why I'm leaving. I don't fit in. What about you?
There were two reasons, really. My father, he had fought undead for. He was well known for his knowledge in fighting the undead, and when he was gone, I felt obligated to study in those ways myself. And then I also wanted to see if I could find remnants of our culture before our borders shrank, before the elves and the Dragon Empire took the swaths of land that were once ours and are now theirs. I wanted to see if I could find any of that. There's so much that, I'm not versed in it at all, and yet I want to try and at least find maybe something that we could perhaps preserve, whether it's music or art or such. There isn't much of it left when we got
so
forced up here.
You're an archaeologist then? All right. Works for me. If I see any ancient orcish ruins, I'll point you their way. You continue to talk for a little bit. The subject of the Orc Lord comes up, and so he says, you want to hear about the Orc Lord then?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know of him, or if I do, I didn't know who he once was.
He's not Orc Lord yet. He's there's 2 clans left outstanding, as far as I know. 2 of the 9 clans haven't bent the knee yet, but it seems like they will. Man gets 7 clans behind him. Unlikely the holdouts will last very long before they too join up. Far as who he is, he's well, this may be partly why Errol over there felt like acting out. He's Errol Dybbuk, so he gestures towards the spellcaster, the leader of this clan. He's his younger brother. Gotta be hard to be in the shadow of your younger brother, you know what I mean? It's probably why old Errol decided to take matters into his own hand, try and steal that food.
That makes sense.
Nobody likes to be upstaged by a sibling. Boys, what's he like? I mean, he's a force of nature. Big, you know.
You'd have to be,
strong,
I guess, if they got 7
massive
clans under you.
axe, mustache. I mean, one hell of a mustache. You'll see tomorrow.
Yep.
I figure whatever the results of your negotiation have to be signed off on by the big man. And just between you and me, I don't think he's going to be too happy with his older brother. That's just me, though.
Families can be complicated at times.
You're telling me I'm spawn of a demon. And as the conversations go on, late into the night, ultimately, Kitty and Thorol, you have the chance to talk with Errol Dybbuk and negotiate. And as you gather up to meet with him, he says, "So, should we then get to our business? You're here to grovel a bit, I think, in exchange for the confiscated materials."
Yes, we do want back what was originally ours by law, and we're willing to make
Imperial law, not
anything
the
from
law
you
of the
again.
land. These lands are our lands now.
Yeah, our food might be on your land now, but it was on our land, and nobody asked permission to remove it, so you broke the law of the land, and
And
we're
you killed
trying
some people
to,
in the process. People don't look
Yeah,
so kindly on
yeah.
that.
There was some fighting back and forth, that's definitely for sure, but we're here to follow your law of the land and hopefully meet an agreement on getting some of our food back to the starving people. You're not gonna let a whole town starve to death, are you? I mean, it seems like we got enough other problems going on out here, and the orc lords come in, and I mean, there's just so many bad and mixed feelings. Can't we just settle this with a nice little conversation and each of us walk away not perfectly happy, but a little?
Make a charisma check.
Oh, shit.
I'll let both Kitty and Thorold make it since you're both negotiating, and I'll just take the higher of the two.
Oh boy, here we go. Big number, no whammy, Kitty.
Well, that was a natural 20.
Did it roll?
It did.
I can't see it.
It did.
No,
It
I
was-
can't see it. Where'd it go?
I mean, I'm telling you, it's a natural 20. Natural 20 for a total of 22. And he's just... All right then. Well, potluck here attests to the color of your blood. Let's see the color of your coin. Let's make a deal. So yeah, you're able to card out the chest, and you negotiate. You exchange the coin, and he indicates. He says, "All right, well, you know potluck. I'll potluck. If you'll help escort the caravan back, saddle the horses, get everything ready. We'll send these the remainder of this food, that which we haven't, partaken of, back to the town of Garakan." So we'll head over there, and I'll head out the next day. As the night concludes and you rest and recuperate a little bit, Thorold, Kitty, each of you give me a hard save.
Boy, I already did one of these before.
And also mark off whatever food you ate on the right way. Okay, Kitty, you make the save. Thorold, yours is at a 20. If you would reduce it to a 9
Yeesh.
in your inventory, platinum goes from 20 to a 9 now.
Oof. Do we need to eat a lot? Like, I can have an apple and a bread and be all right?
Apple and bread will be fine, yeah. Apple and bread will be fine for trail rations, and assuming you do a little bit of scrounging along the road, things like that.
Got it.
Thorold, likewise, yeah, mark off the food that you ate on the way. You don't have to mark off anything for the evening because you ate the food provided by the orcs and the feasting and things of that nature. And yeah, so you settled in. We'll jump back and check in on the rest of the group. You are heading into Donetski, Lithram, Stas, and Araza. And as you're going through it, there are undead that you occasionally see. I'd say, well, we won't have to do attacks and things like that to deal with them at this particular moment, but it is a bit of a shambles. There's a little bit of looting, but it hasn't gotten out of hand. You're dealing with those thugs who are heading in this direction has limited the looting at the moment. But yeah, what would you like to investigate? What would you like to do in Donetski as the day continues?
So the yellow hazard symbol things signify undead outbreak. Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought they were over the overlay of the map, and I was confused because I had thought that some had happened in the heart, but then I realized they correlated with the token. My bad.
They correlate with people who you know who are sick, and also just one to indicate that this district is currently facing an undead situation, sickness. What
about the heart district?
There have been a couple of cases there, but it has not gotten widespread, not to the point where I've needed to roll for the different NPCs in that district, for example. So far, as you kind of check up, the heart is fine so far.
Do we need to... God, I feel terrible even finishing that sentence. Maybe not. I was gonna say, do we need to start discussing
the nuclear
quarantining? No, quarantining. Has there been a single case in Mother's Milk or Turin, whatever it's pronounced?
Wasn't the elder Hyl's family in Mother's Milk?
There has not yet been a reported case in Mother's Milk. The other Hyel family was in Donetski. The ones that you checked on. There have been a couple of cases in Turin and the Heart, but not yet in Mother's Milk. So you could certainly talk about trying to quarantine. That would be something to bring up with the constable.
What is our fleet force? What is our fleet number for law enforcement at this point?
5.
I mean, it is an improvement.
It's an improvement.
But
it's definitely an improvement.
Not great. That's the best we were able to do. It was just that many. And
so
we
far,
it's only been a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's only been a couple of hours. So the job is now basically posted. Other people from the lodge might also join in, might sign up, that kind of thing. But yeah, so far that's what you got in terms of expanding the law enforcement.
There would be no way to impose some sort of quarantine with only 5 people working. That just seems impossible.
Yeah, if you want to quarantine, it might take a little bit more than that if you don't want to blow up bridges.
No, I don't want to do that because I don't want to incite more panic.
So that's the law enforcement side of things. The medical side of things, I mean, you all have medical, you have either arcane capabilities or medical capabilities, so you could help in that, or you could try and study things.
I don't.
Also.
I don't. Oh no! Wait, just kidding. I do remember. I was gonna say I don't remember whether or not we ended up interviewing the people that were leaving the hospital to try and figure out if there were things that correlated.
You did, yeah. You did some of that investigating.
But I do remember, and we basically found no satisfactory link.
Yeah, I think you
tested the water
3 or something. Yeah, you tested water. You tested from the river, and you also tested water from that well.
Did we end up
Neither
testing
seemed to be
air?
unusual. You did not test air.
Because we had said something about like we needed to basically go inside the lungs of a.
Yeah, if you wanted to try and test air and see if the air was different, likely you would need to do like the lungs of someone. Sure, yeah. You want to talk to Cobalt Stam at the clinic? I mean, he
would be the most receptive to just figuring out a solution, and since he's already at the clinic in a more controlled environment, maybe I don't know. I'm trying anything, man, because I can't figure out how the hell this is happening.
We need to just study the a zombie or undead.
Yeah. So then, do you all want to go to that clinic and talk to Cobalt? And there are likely dead zombies there. If you know, clinics tend to be where people die sometimes.
Yeah.
So, all right. In that case, yeah, Lithram, Skaz, and Araza, you head to that clinic, and as you get there, there's a different person who's out front. As you approach, and it's a woman, a human woman. She looks up and says, "All right, which of you got symptoms?
What?
How are you feeling? Who's checking in?"
None of us.
Not yet.
All right. I just sorry. I saw the blood. I just assumed.
If we still not good. Oh my god. We need to stop. We need
really
to take a moment to clean our stuff up because we just keep causing alarm to everyone. It's causing too many distractions.
Well, I don't know. We've got some. We do have baths here. If you'd like to get one.
I don't have time for a bath. Isn't there anybody in the city that can just magic the blood off of us?
No, that sounds completely unrealistic.
Alright, anyways, we're gonna go talk to, what's his name?
Cobalt,
that's it.
Cobalt Stam. Oh, Cobalt? Yeah, hold on, let me get him. She goes in. A couple minutes later, he comes out. Yeah, he's kind of leaning on the haft of a spear as he makes his way over towards you. I wouldn't get too close. I think I may. I'm feeling some ill effects.
Why the hell are you traveling freely throughout the clinic? Why? I'm not an expert, but I feel like maybe going around the entire clinic where people that are already sick are fucking hanging out, hacking up everywhere, just probably that seems like basic, you know.
I know. I'm one of the few who has magical healing. So I figured it was the best I could do. What can I help you with?
We need you to cough into a cup or something like that.
We've come to help.
Take it away, magical people.
Okay, you're trying to come up with a cure then.
Well, we tested the
Okay.
water.
Or at least figure out how this is happening.
All right. Yeah. Check me out,
Sit
Doc.
down for a second. Yeah, we don't need you standing.
Sure. Yeah. So he sort of slumps down into a chair. He says, and he yells out. And he says,
Hey, next one that expires, bring them over here, would you? Got some docs to check them out.
Expires. Oh God.
He looks back at you and says, "I'm sorry, was that not delicate?"
I mean, they're people, not milk. But yeah, it's fine. I get it.
No, you're right. Talking about it clinically helps distract.
I was gonna say, if you want to maintain that PG rating, we've got to use words other than death and kill. So, expire, destroyed, vanished from existence, sent to the Netherrealm. Those sorts of things.
Like the last train out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Whatever we can make up.
Just nice and simple.
Yeah, so all right. After a certain amount of time, as you are kind of checking and inspecting, you're also brought over the body of a zombie that you can dissect and try to investigate and find things out. So, Stas, Lithram, and Araza, each of you can try to do something to figure things out, gather more information.
Wait, just quick
yeah.
question. You said we brought over the body of a zombie, like, dead?
Yes.
So,
A zombie, one that rose back up and then got put back down.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Person died, undied, re-died. So yes, not an active flailing zombie strapped in a straitjacket or anything like that.
Okay, got it.
But if you'd like to request such a thing, maybe next time. All right, so things that you could potentially do, you could try to check out different aspects of Cobalt. You could cut out different organs from the zombie and check those out. What would each person like to do?
A couple questions.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that as well.
Cobalt, have you noticed when healing the various patients, has there been specific kinds of healing, or have you just been doing a general healing?
Pretty general. It's mainly takes away the pain. It seems to sometimes help some people last longer, but there's no real rhyme or reason to it. If we knew more, maybe we could treat better, but unfortunately, we're just trying to keep out in front of things as best we can at the moment. Well, it seems to take... The weaker someone is, the quicker they go. Typical to any other infection, I guess. And
I see.
when they go, they tend to come back. Any other questions?
I guess it's on to dissecting.
I know it might be a bit improper, but a bit much to ask, but take some blood from a friend here to see if we can suss out if it's an if the infection's in their blood at all, or I don't know.
As Stas continues to go on, he's already taking out a blade and filling a vial with some of his blood.
Cool. Lovely.
He hands it over and says,
Sure thing, Doc. What else do you need?